Welcome, lords and ladies, to Kings and Commoners' YouTube channel. And today we're setting the table for a culinary journey through the Middle Ages, where food could be fit for a king, or better suited for a dungeon. From honey-glazed roasts that'll make your mouth water, to dishes so bizarre they'll haunt your dreams, we're uncovering the best and worst of medieval cuisine. So grab your trencher bread, sharpen your knife, and let's dig in. Delicious medieval dishes. First up, pottage, the medieval equivalent of a hearty stew. Imagine throwing whatever you had into a pot. Barley, peas, onions, maybe a scrap of bacon if you were lucky. It simmered for hours, filling cramped cottages with the smell of warmth and survival. Simple? Yes. But for peasants, this was the daily meal, sometimes the only meal. And before you think it was just peasant slop, wealthier households ate finer pottage, enriched with saffron, almonds, or even precious spices like pepper. Talk about medieval food inequality. Honey-glazed roast meats, fit for a king's table. Now this is how nobles feasted. Honey-glazed roasts, whether boar, venison, or capon, were the crown jewels of medieval banquets. Cooks slathered the meat with honey, crushed ginger, and sometimes even rosewater, creating a sticky, sweet crust that caramelized over the fire. And forget forks. Medieval etiquette said it was perfectly fine to grab fistfuls of meat straight off the table. Just don't wipe your greasy hands on the tablecloth, unless you wanted to insult the host. Frumenty, medieval risotto. Meat frumenty, the ultimate medieval side dish. Think creamy golden porridge made from boiled wheat, enriched with egg yolks and often dyed sunshine yellow with saffron. It was so beloved, it showed up at every celebration. Weddings, Christmas, even as a hangover cure. That's right. After a night of too much ale, a bowl of frumenty was the medieval equivalent of greasy breakfast food. Subtleties, edible art that fooled guests. Now for the real medieval flex. Subtleties. These weren't just desserts. They were edible illusions. Imagine biting into what looks like a roasted peacock, only to discover it's spiced cake wrapped in painted sugar. Some were so elaborate, they acted as tabletop theater between courses. And yes, nobles love food with a side of drama. Hippocras. Spiced wine that's still delicious today. Finally, let's toast with hippocras, medieval Europe's answer to mulled wine. Named after the ancient doctor Hippocrates, this spiced brew mixed expensive ingredients like cinnamon, ginger, and long pepper, a hotter, rarer cousin of black pepper. Disgusting medieval foods. Now, my brave viewers, we enter the dark side of medieval feasting, where chefs didn't ask, is this tasty, but will this traumatize our guests? Live bird pie, dinner and a show, literally. Behold, the live bird pie. Yes, live birds were baked inside a false crust, so when some unlucky noble cut into it, feathered chaos ensued. Was it food? No. Was it dinner theater? Absolutely. Records even mention rabbit pies doing the same thing, because nothing says bon appetit like your meal running away. Cockentrice Frankenstein's dinner. Next up, Cockentrice, the dish that proves medieval cooks had too much free time. By stitching a pig's head to a turkey's body, or vice versa, they created a monstrous hybrid that was roasted and served as a prank. The real question, who looked at this and said, yes, I'll eat that? Black pudding, blood sausage. Ah, black pudding, the divisive delicacy that still sparks arguments today. Made from blood, fat, and grain, this sausage was loved by peasants for its protein and loathed by picky nobles. Fun fact, in some places eating it was banned during Lent because it was too tasty to count as penance. Priorities, right? Whale or porpoise, the blubber banquet. Ever tried whale meat? Medieval Europe loved it, especially during Lent, since the church classified whales as fish. But let's be honest, chewing on blubber is like eating chewy, fishy rubber. Even medieval writers admitted it smelled like an old ship's bilge. Pass the hippocras, please. Redressed peacock, zombie bird delight. Finally, the redressed peacock, a dish so extra it needed 2 funerals. After roasting, the bird was reassembled in its own skin and feathers, beak propped open like it was mid-squawk. Because nothing says dinner is served like your meal judging you from the afterlife. So, brave eater, could you survive a medieval feast? Would you reach for the frumenty to flee from the Cockentrice? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this taste of history, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and ring the bell so you never miss a episode. Until next time, stay hungry, stay curious, and maybe avoid any pies that move.